Good morning everyone. This is Ayushi. Let's continue our English class for class 7th. After completing our chapter, Bob Dylan, the voice of a generation, now today we are going to start a revision for the most important topics, phrases and clauses. So, without any waste of time, let's get started. Yes, now you can see as today we are going to start the revision. First of all, just see the difference between phrases and clauses. Phrase, same, they both are the group of words. Phrase, group of related words that does not contain a subject and verb and is used as a part of speech. As you have to only keep in your mind, that is, this is a group of word but does not contain a subject and especially a verb. Phrase does not contain a verb. Okay, and this is only a part of a part of the sentence or as a part of speech we are going to be used. Clause, also group of words but that contains a subject and a verb and is used as part of a sentence or a sentence by itself. This we have done in our class, that part of a sentence means, but in this whether it is going to play a role of part of a sentence or a complete sentence. Okay, but in both the sentences you will be having subject as well as verb. Okay, phrase you will not get verb, clause you will get subject and verb. Fine. Now let's get further. Types in both the sentences we have to see. We are supposed to identify what are the types. First of all, phrases we have three types. If I am going to ask to you that how many kinds of phrases are there, so there are three types of phrases. The first one is adjective phrase, second one is adverb phrase, noun third one is noun phrase. So adjective phrase it tells the quality of a noun pronoun. Okay, adverb simply gives the answer of how, where, when. Okay, noun phrase describes about more noun. Fine. So there is a difference between these. Adjective, in this you will get the quality, only you will get the quality, means in this you will not get any noun. Okay, but in this noun you will get noun plus any another thing means even you can get adjective also, but in this you will get noun also. Okay, so by this you can easily identify. In this you will get noun plus additional words related to noun, adjective the quality of noun or pronoun, and adverb that is this how, where or when. Fine, these answers you will get. Now just see kinds of clauses. If I am going to ask you how many kinds of clauses are there, you will say two kinds. Okay, the first one is main clause, second one is subordinate one. As I told you, clauses are what? Group of word, the part of a sentence. If the part of a sentence means that part is our subordinate clause, and the complete sentence, that is our main clause. Okay, now the subdivision of subordinate clause, that is again three, and now these are same. You can see here adjective, adverb and noun. Okay, so if I am going to ask you how many kinds of clauses are there, you will write two, not three. Okay, two. How many are there? Main and subordinate. If I am going to ask how many kinds of subordinate clauses are there, then you will write down three: adjective, adverb and noun. Fine students, so I hope this thing is clear to you all. Yes, now just see these. We are going to discuss the examples over here. These all you have to do it in your classwork. In this, first of all, in the following sentences, state whether the underlined part is a phrase or a clause. Simply you have to identify whatever part is underlined, that is a phrase or a clause. Now just see, she passed her test because of her teacher. Keep in your mind, simple. Phrase you will not get any verb, clause you will get verb. Now see, because of a teacher, are you getting any verb over here? No, we are not getting verb, so this is a phrase. What is this? This is a phrase. Now the next one, though she performed well in the interview, she didn't get the job. Now see, you have to see the whole sentence. Though she performed well, simply identify the verb. What is verb over here? Performed. Now as we have found the verb, this is what? This is our clause. Okay, now the next one. Now that he is married, he has become more responsible. Now again, just see, are you getting any verb? Yes, that is. Okay, that's why this is our clause. Now the next sentence, driven by the storm, we took shelter under a bridge. Driven by the storm. Now you will see, now are you getting any verb? You will say yes ma'am, driven we have got. But students, here if you will see, this is the third form of a sentence. Okay, third form of the verb. Third form that we use in the perfect tense. Okay, whether present perfect, past perfect or future perfect. But in that, if you remember in your previous class, helping verb must be there. So are you getting any helping verb over here? No. That's why this is not our verb. This is an adjective over here. Okay, as we have done previous class, participles. So this is our adjective. Okay, not the verb. So driven by the storm, here again we are not getting any verb. That's why this is our phrase. Fine. So I hope you can easily identify which part of a sentence is phrase and which part of a sentence is clause. Okay, now just see in the next exercise. Now you have to identify the phrases and tell their types. Now see, phrases. First of all, after reading the question, we have to keep, now one question will come. Okay, phrase we understood the part of a sentence. In that, verb will not include. Okay, now next thing, tell their types. How many types? 3 types are there. First one, adjective, adverb, and then noun. Now let's get further. First one of our close relatives never drinks coffee. Now just see here, as I told you, noun phrase, in this you will get noun. Okay, so that is close relatives. We have got the noun. So one of our describing words of noun. That's why this is what? Noun phrase. Next one, she bought a beautiful brown chair. Here, a beautiful brown. This is underlined part. This is our phrase. Okay, chair, and it is telling chair. The quality of the chair is a beautiful brown. Quality. That is what? Adjective. That's why this is our adjective phrase. Next one, she always speaks in a respectful way. Okay, so speaks. How does she speak? How, where, when. Remember, how, where, when. In which it comes? That is adverb. So this is our adverb phrase. Next one, a lady with long hair is walking in the garden. So a lady, the quality of the lady, that is with long hair. So with long hair, this is the quality of lady. That lady is a noun. So this is the quality. That's why this is an adjective phrase. Now the last sentence, a woman in the window shouted for help. Now see, this sentence I have given you for just clearing your doubts. Here I have written a lady with long hair, but underlined only with long hair. So if only quality is given, then you will write down adjective phrase. But with the quality, if noun is also given, then you have to underline, then you have to write down noun phrase. Suppose in this, if I am hiding this, a woman. So in the window, then the quality of the woman, that is standing in the window. Okay, so in the window only if I have mentioned, that is your adjective phrase. But here I have underlined a woman in the window. So noun is given, that's why this is the noun phrase. So I hope you can easily do it. You are able to do it. Noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Now just see further exercise. In this, fill in the blanks by using who, which, and that. Simply, I just want to explain you again. Who for the living persons, okay, which and that, which for the non-living one, that for living and non-living both. Okay, and this is for the specific thing we have to use. In some of the places, you can use both even. Okay, but who is specifically for the living, which for non-living, that for both. Now just see first one, people. You have to fill in the blanks like this. You have to do it. People, the living being. That's why who. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Fine, easy. Next one, he bought all the books which are required for the course. Now see, here we are talking about what? Books. So books, non-living. That's why which are required for the course. Fine. Next one, The police were able to find no evidence against her, which surprised no one who knows her well. Now one question will raise in your mind that her is given, her is a living being, and I am using here which, as I have told you, we have to use for non-living. But read the sentence, students. This which is given for what? The police were able to find no evidence against her, which surprised. Here we are talking about the evidence, not her. Which surprised no one who knows her well. Okay, so here we are surprised. Which surprise? Which thing is surprised? That is evidence. Okay, where is the evidence? This thing surprised no one who knows her well. Okay, so here we are not talking about this girl. We are talking about the evidence. Evidence, non-living. That's why we have used here which. Now just see. She wanted to buy a scarf that would complement her blue eyes. Now just see here. Scarf, non-living. Here simply we are talking about the scarf only. So that would complement her blue eyes. So scarf, non-living. That's why that we have used. Even we can use here which also. No problem with this. Next one. Walden Pond, which was written in the mid-1800s. Now see. Walden Pond, which was written in the mid-1800s, remains a popular book. Now some of you, what will you do? That as you will see the name over here, Walden Pond, and you will think this is a living person, living being. So you will use here who. But see students, you have to read the whole sentence. This is not a person. This is a name of a book. Walden Pond, which was written in the mid-1800s, remains a popular book. At the end you get your answer. That is not a living person. This is a book. Okay. So before putting your answer, just read the whole sentence carefully and then give your answer. Fine. So for the non-living thing which, and for both living and non-living that also you can use. For the living person you have to use who. So I hope this exercise also you can do it. Now come to the next one. In this you have to identify the underlined clauses. Now see, I have written here underlined clauses. I did not mention that which one you have to see. So you have to give the preference of the main two clauses. What are the main two clauses? First one main clause, second one subordinate one. Now you will not go through with this adjective, adverb and noun because I did not mention which one I want. If I did not mention, simply clauses how many types? Two, main and subordinate. So that only you have to tell. Okay. Now see the first one. As he was not there, I could not speak to him. Now main clause, this is a main clause, means main, that is important, means this main clause does not require any another sentence. Okay, this is independent, free. Okay, but subordinate one, as he was not there, first of all you will get any conjunction, subordinate conjunction or any relative pronoun. Okay, so by this word only easily you are able to identify if you will get any kind of these words. So this is a subordinate. In this you can see here nothing we are getting. Okay, that's why this is main clause. So it's very easy, you can easily identify. Now the next one, tell me. Simply suppose I am asking to you, tell me. So tell me is a complete sentence, imperative sentence. Okay, tell me where you have put my books. So here I have underlined only tell me. You will not see that this is only two word sentence, but meaning is complete and no any conjunction, no relative pronoun. That's why here main clause. And where you have put my books. If I want to ask to you, if I just ask to you what is the connector over here, conjunction or relative pronoun, what is this? That is where. Okay, so by this we will identify. Next one, the man who committed the theft last night has been caught. Now again just see here, who committed the theft last night, who, relative pronoun is given. Okay, so by this we understood this is our subordinate clause. Next, it is difficult to understand why he distrusted his own children. Why? Again relative pronoun, why he distrusts his own children. That's why subordinate clause. Last one, if you eat too much you will fall ill. So you will fall ill, nothing, no conjunction, no pronoun. That's why this is our main clause. Fine students, so I hope you can do it. If I am giving you the question like this, identify the clause, simply you have to tell only whether it is a main clause or subordinate one. If I am gonna ask you identify the subordinate clause, then you have to describe whether it is adjective, adverb or noun. Okay. Thank you.